All right, welcome back to 88.3 WXOU. You're listening to the Sean Varicalli Morning Show, and now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. This is Stephen Page, formerly of the Barenaked Ladies, joining us here on the program via telephone. Stephen, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning to you, Steve. Okay, so you're playing at the Royal Oak Music Theater November 5th.
Yeah.
One of my favorite venues to go see. Have you ever played at the Royal Oak Music Theater before?
We played there, I think it was 95. It might have been 94, though, actually.
As Barenaked Ladies?
As Barenaked Ladies. I think it was probably the Maybe We Should Drive tour or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool, cool.
So I know BNL has played Michigan a lot. Obviously, you're right across the border. What is your favorite Michigan venue?
We have lots of fond memories from the old DTE knob.
DTE knob.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, we did great shows at what used to be the State Theater. What's it called now?
I believe that's the Fox Theater now.
No, Fox Theater's different.
No?
Played there, too.
No.
State Theater. I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
Is it called like a... Is it like a Fillmore or something like that?
Oh, the Fillmore. Okay,
Fillmore,
yeah.
Have you guys played at the Palace, right?
We sure did. Played there a bunch of times.
Yeah,
played, the crazy Masonic Temple downtown.
Masonic Temple, yeah, I've been there too. Yeah, the Palace is an awesome place to go see a show.
My sister, my sister and her boyfriend went to go see you guys when you guys were Barenaked Ladies in the Palace, and that was the first night my sister actually got drunk. So it's a nice little memory right now.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, you did, and it was just fun. It was a very, very fun show.
BNL took her alcohol virginity.
Exactly, it did. She was so sick.
So since you guys played here in Michigan a bunch of times, and like I said, you're right across the border, is there do you guys pull for the city of Detroit or the state of Michigan at all? I mean, you guys are so close to us. Do you guys root for sports teams, or when you hear Michigan in the news, you're like, oh, hey, I'm going to pay attention. Hey, that's Michigan.
And you know what? And we played in Detroit so many times.
Right.
The whole state of Michigan really was amazing to us. It was one of the very first cities that we were actually really big in. It was kind of the first. I think the Palace might be the first big arena we ever played as a headliner.
It's a huge venue.
Where we could do that long before we could play in an arena in Toronto.
Yeah.
And that was really exciting. So we're always have a soft spot for Michigan for sure.
Oh yeah, Michigan.
Well, I know you guys made that DVD here. The
right.
Barenaked Ladies are
Talk to the Hand.
Yeah, Talk to the Hand DVD, which I own, and I was like, hey, that's DTE. I've totally been there. Actually, the Palace of Auburn Hills is actually for sale right now. Is that
right?
That's how tough times are here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it's kind of sad. Maybe you get
They put up They put up DTE. They put up the Palace, and they put up the Pistons, all for sale.
Wow. Yeah, it is all the same owners, right?
Yeah, all the Davidsons, who Mr. Davidson passed away, and now Mike Ilitch, who owns the Red Wings and the Tigers, is going to buy those guys. So it will live on. But we just were we were just looking up on your tour. Is there anybody opening up for you down at the Royal Oak Theater?
Yeah, it's this woman named Katie Miller Heidecke.
Okay.
Who I know her music. I don't know her at all. She was out opening for Ben Folds on his last tour.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's cool.
He's Australian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of. I mean, I've obviously heard of Ben Folds. I've never heard of the other lady. Well, obviously on the tour, you're promoting the new album, Page One.
Yeah, but I'm gonna play old stuff too, though.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so old stuff. So like BNL stuff and Page One stuff.
Yep, some Page One stuff. A couple songs from Vanity Project, and kind of lots of songs that I wrote and sang with BNL too.
Oh, that's great.
That's cool.
Rearranged for the new ensemble.
Very cool.
That is.
I
Really
almost
cool.
always forget about Vanity Project, but then I look at it on Wikipedia and I'm like, oh, thank God, their Vanity Project is still out there. And people still appreciate it. So you mentioned Page One, the album. When does it actually come out?
Page One comes out on Tuesday. Actually, it comes out on Tuesday.
Oh
okay.
wow, cool.
Yeah, because I mean, it was. I thought it had a release date, and then it had another release date, and it was teasing me.
It was supposed to be September 28th, and then they moved it to October 19th.
God,
okay,
man, I'm pumped for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
That's frustrating when they move stuff around. Though you get all psyched up for it.
Yeah,
yeah, I was super pumped for it, and it just. They kept teasing me. Speaking of new albums, when BNL came out with All in Good Time, did you even give it a listen? Did you just go, oh, that's cool, or did you?
I'll admit that all I heard was the singles.
The single.
Okay.
So you Run Away and
Run Away, and then the subway car one.
Every subway car. What did you think?
It's hard to hear it, and that's why I haven't listened to the record. It's like, you know, not that I wish I was in the band, because actually I'm really enjoying what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm kind of being master of my own domain, but I do kind of, it's hard. You know what? I've worked with those guys so long that I can hear. Then those songs wouldn't have been out of place on Barenaked Ladies or Me, or even on, say, Everything to Everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know Ed so well, and his writing style and his choices. I hear him and go, wow, if I was there, I could have cracked the whip and made him come up with a better line there.
So different things like, hey, I would have done this. I would have added a harmony here, or I would have added a lick here, or something
all
like
that kind of stuff.
Well, that's
it's not. I think it really does sounds like one element of Barenaked Ladies for sure.
It's a very
familiar.
Yeah, me and my buddy went out and we bought it the day it came out, and we were so psyched up, so ready for it. Then the first track was You Run Away, and we were like, oh my God.
It's a little different.
It's very different.
Yeah, it just didn't seem as playful as, the other albums were.
Well, I can't speak to the whole record. That song, I mean, I think it could have been very well at home on the last record. I mean, Easy, which was the first single off Barenaked Ladies or Me, is not particularly upbeat either. But
right.
This seemed like kind of a combination. It was like, what's that song? Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe You're Right from our last record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a very different feel from BNL, but I enjoyed it, though. I thought it was a good album.
Yeah, what are your relationships with the guys right now?
It depends on the guys, really. Like, I talk to Ed now and again. We'll fire off some texts back and forth.
Right.
I do see Kevin around. I'm actually doing a show with him in Toronto next week.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and one more BNL question here. I recently just picked up Snack Time. I always put it off. I was like, Snack Time. All right, come on. And I finally picked it up. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Steve. I think that might be one of the best things BNL has ever done. What?
Oh, I know. It's a great record. It really is good.
What influence?
And I was totally not into the concept. I mean, I have no problem with. I mean, I've got kids. I love kids, but my gut on that was that just, we were told we should do it by our management and stuff, and it seemed like a business decision, not a creative one.
Oh, okay.
But so I didn't write a lot of stuff for it. I really enjoyed being in the studio and working on it and doing kinds of stuff. I only wrote a few songs though.
Yeah, I mean, some of the songs that I was listening,
because I just thought it wasn't. I didn't love the idea, but kudos to the other guys for really, stepping up to the plate and making it a really fun record.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, Indecision is a single off page one. It is such a power pop Stephen Page song.
Yeah.
What influenced you to just go out and say, hey, this is going to be the single. This is going to smack people in the face. It's going to be as catchy as all get out. What was the deciding factor in Indecision being the single?
Well, a couple things. I mean, it was certainly lots of fun. I've always loved that song. Had it around for a few years and, enjoyed making it. And I just thought I didn't want to overthink the single by, putting out some kind of great statement song. Because it still has lyrics I'm proud of that are clever and sardonic and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But it just felt like, in a certain way, I think it sounds the most like Barenaked Ladies of any of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
Too. And I wanted to let people know that I'm still that guy, because I think a lot of fans don't, they just don't know. I didn't know what I was going to do next, what the record was going to sound like, and I think a lot of people were nervous that it was going to be a much more kind of, I don't know, pretentious record or something.
Yeah, just be something a little bit different than what they're normally hear from you.
Right. I think some people who feel like they know, maybe they don't. We got trapped into this kind of we're ordinary guys image that we created. Which whatever. It was totally fine. It helped us connect with our audience. But I equate it a little bit with like the Tea Party kind of phenomenon that was going on, where it's like some people don't trust people who are extraordinary.
Yeah.
They don't want somebody who's smarter than them or troubled or whatever else. They want somebody who's like a regular guy all the time.
Yeah.
But, what the art of what we did was that we when we had real lives, families, and all that other kind of stuff, and dedicated to our communities. But we're also artists, creative people, and those kinds of people are very different from ordinary people.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, I was just super excited when I heard Indecision, and I heard the style of the song, and I was like, okay, good. I didn't exactly know what you were gonna do when you broke off. I guess I was expecting, madness, but I was really relieved when I heard Indecision. It was just everything, and everything that I hoped for in a Stephen Page record. Because when we heard when like my buddy I told you before, we heard the BNL record, we were like, wow, so this is how it's gonna be, and we at that point we didn't know if you were gonna do anything. I was like, man, I wonder if Stephen Page is gonna do anything. And my buddy's like, no, probably not. And I go, well, don't be surprised if he does something. And
I can't. This is all I want to do is make music. So
right, as a fellow musician, I definitely get you there. You can't not make music. You just can't. It's just in your system. We were actually, me and Matt, before you joined us here, we were watching the Bathroom series on YouTube. Whose bathroom was that in?
That's Ed's bathroom. So he had done a ton of them just himself. That's up the video camera in the bathroom, played some songs. They're great.
Yeah, they really were great. And that one song that you did where you got up and you were zipping your pants and everything.
Fantastic. That was great.
So funny.
Oh, I actually did that a couple times. And we were dying laughing every time.
Yeah, that was like a retake.
Yeah, but he called me one day and said, "Do you want to come over?" And I think he had at that point done all the kind of solo Ed songs. And there's the ones that we do as duets. So why don't you come over and we'll do those?
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Now,
I was just thinking to myself while watching those. I'm like, how cool are these guys? Were they just gonna like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Want to come over and sing some songs in a bathroom?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's got to be the best. That was really, really funny. Now, the last question that me and a bunch of our listeners wanted to ask you was, where do you get your glasses from?
A few different places. I mean, Toronto, I got them in a place called Career, K-A-R-I-R.
Yeah.
But I'll pick them up when I'm traveling too. There's some great places in New York and Los Angeles.
Okay. How many pairs of glasses do you have?
I probably have, that are still in rotation, probably like 4. But I have a lot more. I've got older ones and stuff too. Yeah. But the thing is, I'll get all these glasses because I think, I change the rest of my clothes every day, and it's like right on my face.
Yeah.
But then I just get in a rut and wear the same ones every day, anyways.
It's just those glasses are so iconic. They're almost they're like the new age Buddy Holly glasses. They're
exactly.
They're like these these thicker frames, plastic frames, dark frames. They're so iconic.
I know.
At least around here. I don't think you give yourself credit enough for how actually popular you are in the state of Michigan. When we told people, when we found out from Kathy earlier in the week, we were like that we were going to do this. People went nuts. I mean, people went crazy.
Yeah.
And when we're a college radio station, we don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff here. We just do our spiel and leave. But we're expecting just ridiculous ratings for this. I mean, I think you underestimate yourself, Steve.
Well, I mean, let's see. Hopefully, everybody who hears this will come out to the show.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show, Steve, and we really appreciate
it. Nice to talk to you guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve.
We will see you November 5th at the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Excellent.
All right, man.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Yep, bye.